Hello and welcome to No Sevens Dice Club College Football Edition, Week 2, 2022. So last week we ran out the gates, 8 games we bet on, and the only ones we lost on were the last two, Sunday and Monday, LSU and the over. I should have just taken Clemson on Monday and I would have been a winner. So close for the LSU game, really crazy events. Feel bad for one of my hometown guys, Mason Smith. He's out for the season. Worked so hard to be so productive this year, so I know he's not watching, but my thoughts and prayers go out to him. He's out for the season, jumping up and down on a celebration, tore his ACL. Really put his heart and soul into this season to become a superstar, but unfortunately, that's how it goes. So anyway, we finished... So we're at 6 wins, 2 losses. So, all right, No Sevens is going to sign off. If I would have gone undefeated, I would have been like, all right, I'm done for the season. I finished undefeated. That's how I'm going to roll, leaving undefeated. But those 2 losses, 6 wins, not bad. All right, so let's look over our Week 2 notes. We got Bama going to Texas. And when I was writing this, I was thinking about this. Alabama was playing Utah State, just like LSU did in 2019. Bama's going to Texas, just like LSU did in 2019. I'm starting to see a similar pattern here. So will they win the national championship? Are they going to the national championship? They have, according to ESPN, they are favored by every single game by double-digit spreads. Which is pretty crazy. Alabama, Georgia, Ohio State, Clemson, it looks kind of shaky, but those 4 teams, will they make it to the end of the season being ranked in that order or ranked at all? Will they be the finish for the Final 4? So put in your comments, let me know what you guys think. Who do you think is going to be the Final 4? Next week, I'm going to pick who I think is going to be the national champion, because I like to do it on Week 3. Also, coming up at the end of September, first week of October, I don't know if I'm going to be able to do my picks. I'm going to be out of town, so we shall see. I'll try to get them if I can. If not, you just have to do 2 weeks without me. Also, the playoff team is expanding to 12 teams. So this broke on, I think it was Friday of last week. So 12 teams, it's a whole bunch of stuff. I don't have enough time to cover it for this video because I like to keep it short. But I'm really happy to see the playoff teams expanding. I think 12 teams might be a little too much, but this works out best. It's going to be a lot of wear and tear for the players going into the end of the season. We shall see. I'm really looking forward to seeing how this is going to work out. The earliest is 2024, latest is 2026. So guys, it's right around the corner, and I've been advocating this for a long time, is needing to expand this playoff team. I was probably thinking about 6. I wasn't thinking about 12, but everybody seems to be on board. Let me know what you guys think, and we'll go from there. So let's go ahead and get right into it. All right, so for our money line picks, we have Penn State, Ohio State, Florida, Bama, Miami, Florida, Wisconsin, Michigan State, Oklahoma, and Auburn. These are the teams that I think are going to win outright, the money line picks. The only one of question will be Florida going into Kentucky. That one's going to be a little bit crazy, so if you want to leave Florida off and give yourself a guaranteed pretty much win, pick up a few dollars. I get the emails all the time and the comments, No Sevens, you pick the teams that are definitely going to win. Why do you do this? Hey, look, it's an extra $5, $6, whatever you want to bet, $10, $20, make yourself an extra $10, $15, whatever it may be, if you want to do them at all. That's who I like. Unless you're like last week and then you lose on the LSU pick, which was so close. So anyway, first game of the week is Arkansas State at Ohio State, and it is minus 43.5 for Ohio State. And the total is 68 points, 68.5 points. The money line is plus 3,000 for Arkansas State, minus 10,000 for Ohio State. So I think 68.5 points is a lot of points for this game. I think it's an overreach. I don't see Ohio State scoring 50 or 60 points. They might have, but I don't see Arkansas State scoring 20 points on them. So I think this is a little bit of an overreach. So No Sevens is going to go with an under at 68.5 points. That's who I'm going to take. I'm going to take for an under in this game. Okay, so the next game up is Alabama at Texas. And like I just mentioned to you before, this is going to be a really interesting game. Seems like Alabama's walking in the footsteps of LSU in 2019. So Alabama is favored by 20 points in this game. So Alabama's negative 20. Total is 65 over and under. Money line is minus 1690 for Alabama, plus 865. Oh, and this game is also 11 a.m. and Arkansas State, Ohio State's 11 a.m. Alabama, Texas is 11 a.m. These are all central times that I have. So adjust up, adjust down, whatever you guys need to do. And this is a really tough call because Texas played LSU a few years ago, really tough. And that's the last time I really looked at a Texas team. And I know there's a whole bunch of things. Bryce Young for Alabama looks phenomenal. Definitely looks like a first round pick, overall number one pick. Who knows? But he's definitely living up to everything that he said in the offseason, and who knows, about the Heisman again this year. So Alabama's minus 20. The way they just handled Utah State, and it's just I can't see Texas plus 20 in this. Texas had a great game last week. I can't remember who they played, but I just think Alabama is going to seal the deal, and this is going to be really close. And who knows, Alabama might be minus 30 come Saturday. I really wish I got this game on Sunday, or made this pick on Sunday when it was Alabama minus 14. But I just think Alabama is going to be too much for Texas. So I'm going to take Alabama minus 20. All right, next up is Appalachian State at Texas A&M. And I almost picked Appalachian State and North Carolina last week. Appalachian State is a really, really tough team to play in week one. That is one team I would not want to face every year because they are known as the upset team. Every single year, they always seem to have a huge upset for that week one that they face. And they almost did it again with North Carolina. I mean, they talk about coming down to inches on that goal line from winning that game. So Appalachian State, the total is 52-50. That's the over-under. Now, if you saw anything with App State and North Carolina, I think Appalachian State scored, what was it? 50 points, 60 points, something like that both teams scored in the fourth quarter. It was insane. The money line, plus 720 for App. At Texas A&M is 12:45. This game is at 2:30 p.m. Central Time. Texas A&M is minus 19 in this game. And the thing that sticks out to me is the total is 52-50. So you're trying to tell me that there's only going to be about, Appalachian State's only going to score about, roughly about 26-27. Texas A&M's only going to score about 26-27. I see this as a mistake. So I definitely like the over in this game. I think there's going to be way too many fireworks going off in this game. I definitely see an over at 52.5. So I'm taking the over in this game, and I'm going to be cheering for both teams and strong, high-scoring games. So that's what No Sevens is going for. All right, and I didn't forget about Baylor. I wanted to kind of do it in order, of the time schedule. So Baylor will be up next at BYU. Dave Hernanda, the head coach for Baylor, man, he's clicking on all cylinders down there. He's really got a good program going. So the total is 53.5, and the money line is plus 150 for Baylor, minus 180 for BYU. The time is 9:15 p.m. is the kickoff, and BYU is minus 3.5. The way Baylor's defense is playing and everything else, this is going to be a really, really great game at 9:15. And to keep this short, I'm really not going to dissect too much into this because I really didn't see either team. So I'm kind of going out on a limb here, but I really like Dave Aranda and his defense, and he did me really well last year. He was probably one of the only bright spots in my losing season last year. So I'm still going to stick with Dave, and I'm going to take Baylor plus 3.5. One thing I wanted to point out to you guys too, and I forgot to bring it up at the very beginning of the video, I have a craps video coming out on Thursday. So there is part 2 to that $24 series. So I hope you guys enjoy. Next up is a dark horse pick. It's Colorado versus Air Force. Colorado played TCU. I bet on that game on Friday night. I was at the bar, I was drinking some beer, and I just went ahead and threw $5 and, just made a light pick at the casino and, won that game against Colorado. TCU was just on fire. And they have another tough team coming up with Air Force. But I think Colorado can kind of pull this off. And it's kind of a home game for both teams, So it's going to be kind of interesting. Nobody really has a home field advantage to this. But I think Colorado has more talent than Air Force does. And that's what I'm kind of banking on. So I'm going to take Colorado and the money line pick. And it's plus 600. Right before I shot this video, and I already made my picks for this week. And it was 600 for me. So that's what I went and picked. But when I checked it last time, it was Colorado plus 625, and then Caesars sports betting app, it was plus 650 at the time of shooting this video. It can go up and down when this video is released. But I'm taking a dark horse pick. I'm not going to be betting a lot on this, but I do like Colorado to kind of right that ship from TCU, and they were holding their own all the way till the fourth quarter, and that's when TCU just, I think it was like 30 unanswered points. So I really think if Colorado can play all 4 quarters, they have a chance to win this game outright. So I really like the money line pick. So I'm going to take the money line pick at 600, plus 600 on Colorado. So that's who I like. You guys can go with a different dark horse. I was even thinking about taking the Baylor, plus 150 for that game too. But I was like, I'll take Colorado and see how that goes. And or as some of the guys, around me from the casino, when they were, making bets, they were saying Colorado. So, kind of funny, different strokes for different folks, I guess. But anyway, so this is our money line: Penn State, Ohio State, Florida, Bama, Miami, Florida, Wisconsin, Michigan State, Oklahoma, and Auburn. And we have our week 2 notes, and these are our picks. So let me know what you guys think. And no sevens. We'll talk to you on week 3. So I wish you guys lots of luck if you're doing any kind of sports betting. And don't forget, we have NFL this weekend too. I don't do NFL bets because it's too wild and crazy, but we have NFL bets. Let me know what you guys think about the playoff team expanding to 12. And let me know who do you think is going to win the national championship. And I'm going to have my pick next week on who's going to win the national championship. So no sevens. We'll talk to you next week.